Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mixer as we continue our Hashtag United series in Football Manager 2019. Couple of different things you may have noticed. I've got the headphones on today, just because I've just finished editing two other videos, but we'll see. I might put them on and try and get some game audio or something like that running through. We'll just see how it goes. I'm just winging it today, keeping it a little bit loose, keeping it a little bit fresh. I've gotten a haircut, which is fresh to death. I've pushed the green screen back a little bit further, to try and hopefully make it a bit brighter for you guys to see, or a bit easier for you guys to see, and it's less pale. But we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Chuck your feedback in the comments below if you notice a difference at all. Let's carry on from where we were last episode when we got knocked out of the FA Trophy by Bath. A 3-2 defeat. We actually did alright in this game. Admittedly, they went 2 goals up before we switched on and started playing at all. But a 3-2 defeat against a side 2 divisions above us isn't the worst result in the world. And we followed it up with a 1-0 victory. Charlie Morley getting the winner against Hayes and Yedding. Since then, it's been a bit of a battle. We drew 2-2 with Faversham Town, which is a famous one because it's the first time I've coached against an ex-Hashtag United player in Jamie Jackson. We then lost 1-0 to VCD Athletic. This game was ridiculous. I made my subs way too late. I think I just lost track of time. Walton and Hersham, a 1-1 draw away from home. A late penalty after we dominated pretty much most of this game. I think we had 21 shots to their 2. One of them happened to be an 88th minute penalty to get their equaliser. And a 1-0 defeat last time out to East Grinstead Town. They're proving to be something of a bogey team for us, because I'm pretty sure they beat us last time we played as well. They did 2-1. So East Grinstead, watch out for them. They are still down towards the bottom of this division. It's Freddie Yao, the ex-Burnley midfielder, got the goal for them. They went down to 10 men in the 68th minute. We also missed a penalty. It just wasn't a great game, so I'm going to rotate a little bit for this one. We've also been managing yellow cards, suspensions and stuff like that. Despite 2 losses and 2 draws in our last 4 games, we are still sitting in top spot. But there's been some fixture movement. We do have a game in hand on most of the teams behind us because our game against Hartley Wintney was delayed during the week due to snow. So we will play Hythe up first in our first second match, and then we'll play Hartley Wintney as the second game of this episode. Then we're probably going to play the Wingate and Finchley game off screen and come back and play Sittingbourne, which will be a massive game, even though they've dropped to 4th, and Horsham in the next episode as well. But more than enough talking from me. Let's jump ahead now to the games themselves. Alright, looking at our lineup here, Andy Cadwatt's in goal. Ross Gleed's going to come in at left back because he cracked the shits during the week. Basically, I've been trying to offer everybody contracts to get them on lower wages to get back underneath our wage budget because I got a little out of hand at the start of the season, rewarding all these players for their loyalty. Been trying to get him down to about 50k or £50 a week, definitely not 50k. I think if I give him some time in the team, boost his happiness up a little bit, we can get him to sign a new contract. So he'll get an opportunity today, as will Ryan George at right back. Stamp and Singano in central defence, as they always are. Lee Hurst's made his return from injury and will anchor midfield alongside Scott Pollock. Shashua, who's been our star player so far this season, still only 19. The youngster we've signed from Tottenham will play at the 10. Harry Honesty, our leading assist maker on the left wing. Charlie Morley on the right wing. Tashian Richmond, our captain and leading scorer up top. We're going to have Cooper, Akeem, Evans, Adams and Adji, all the A's on the bench. And looking at the Hythe team, they got White in goal. Uade, I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. He's an ex-Arsenal junior, available as a free transfer at the start of any game. Really, really good player, massive potential. Colbrand will play at right back. Miles and Kelly is their central defensive partnership. Ladera and Freeman are going to anchor midfield. Derry on the left wing, their star player. Troke at the 10, and Webster on the right-hand side of midfield. Goss, their leading scorer up top. A little bit different. I'm going to get passionate today. I'm going to say we can relinquish our lead in the table if we get beaten today. I'm expecting you to deliver a win. We're playing at home. There's not really any excuse that we shouldn't at least get a point out of Hythe today. They're also in kind of weird form. Everyone at the moment towards the top and playoff and promotion places is struggling for form a little bit at the moment. A lot of people jumping around into different spots, and of course us as well. We've only had 1 win in the last 5. Love to get 3 points today. Here we go, first highlight of the game. It's Gleed with a throw in to Hurst. Back to Gleed again. Back to Hurst. Can we work the ball into the box here? To Shashua now. Across to Pollock. It's got Gleed on the left if they can find him. Shashua's coughed the ball up. It's a long one forward. It should be tidied up by Singano and is. Played to George now to Pollock on the right hand side. Ball in behind for Charlie Morley. Can he find a cross into the box? Deep one towards Tashan Richmond. Front stick. 18th goal of the season for the big man, and we're only just into January. Fantastic play there. Just worked the ball from side to side, really. I know Shashua got tackled and it was cleared, but Lovely here from Pollock, who's really thriving as that Messiah after we moved him from being a central defensive midfielder. Morley with a great ball there. Tashi Richmond with a great off-the-ball run. Just gets a nick on it, puts it past White in the Hythe Town goal, and we go 3 points clear at the top of the table as things currently stand with a game in hand still. There's an immediate highlight here, which is a concern. Stamp with the header away. It's one back well. Hersett gets the ball first. Comes to Harry Honesty. Hersett to Shashua. Ball over the top for Harry Honesty. Can he work a ball into the box? Deep cross towards Charlie Morley. And it's 2 goals in the space of 2 minutes. The 15th goal of the season for him. Absolutely fantastic response. This happens in Football Manager all the time. Sometimes you'll load up a game, which is what I did last time, and we drew 2 and lost 2. And then all I did was switch the game off, not play it for a couple of days, got a sharp looking haircut, came back, started it up again, and all of a sudden we're in great form again and we're beating the team closest to us in the table 2-0 after 20 minutes. But a long way to go. I shouldn't get too ahead of myself just yet. Highlight again, Shashua to take towards Singano. He gets his header away and it clips the near post and just scrambles out. I'm not sure how that one didn't find the back of the net, or at least find the target from that distance. Harry Honesty now coming forward. Deep ball towards Charlie Morley. It's cut back in. Clears out to Shashura at the top of the box. To Pollock now. Strike from the corner. Difficult angle. He did well. I think it came back off the post in the end. Highlight now for Hyde. That's a strike from distance. Cade Watts does well. He doesn't get to the rebound first. Webster does. It's going to come out to Colbrand, who took the free kick. Finds Derry back stick, and they've pulled one back. His 6th goal of the season. Colbrand took the initial free kick and then made a good overlapping run, to be fair. And Webster, smart play here, just holds the ball up. Oh no, he tried to cross it and it deflected back to Colbrand. Good backstick run. And we just didn't get back into our shape and into our structures defensively well enough there. Cade Watts did get a hand to it, but I don't think there was much we could blame him for there. So there's life in him. There's life in him. Yep, we've got an immediate highlight again. Singano with a crossfield switch towards Harry Honesty, who cuts inside. Can he find a ball in or a strike? Squares it up to Pollock, and Scott Pollock with only his 3rd goal of the season, all of which have come since we switched him to that Messiah. Or Mazzala, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Let's check out this one in 3D. It's a great run from Harry Honesty. 4 defenders around him, but still finds a pocket of space. Squares a great ball into midfield, and Pollock at the first time, on his favoured right foot, puts that one into the far corner. And the keeper can do nothing to keep that one out. Alright, last 5 remaining in the half. Ross Gleeds picked up a yellow card, which is a bit of a concern, given that I kind of forgot to put Tom Humphrey on the bench. But looking around the grounds as things currently stand, we've played 23 games, we'll be 4 points clear. Man, our game against Hartley Whitney is going to be massive in the next match. Whiteleaf's moved up to 2nd on 45. Hyde has dropped down on 43 points to 3rd. Guernsey on 42. Sittingbourne on 41. It is super, super tight. Any of those games could flip. And see those teams in the rest of the promotion places move around really, really quickly. We've had 15 shots, 8 on target, 54% of the ball. They've had 7, 5 and 46, which isn't as good as I would have thought from a team currently, or going into the game, sitting in 2nd spot. Assertively, very pleased with the performance, lads. Keep it going. No need to complicate it any further than that. Let's jump in for the second half immediately. We'll get to the hour mark and then we'll have a look at making a couple of subs. Alright, we're an hour gone now. Lee Hurst's on a yellow card, so we'll bring on Ricky Evans to hopefully shore up our midfield line. Shashua's not having the greatest game ever, so we'll bring on Ryan Adams as well. And that's just fresh legs, essentially, to try and see us through. I'd be more than content with a 3-1 victory in this match. Looks like Whiteleaf are probably the biggest victors on the day, leapfrogging, I think, 3 teams into 2nd spot and only 2 points behind us, but we do still have that game in hand. They are 2-0 up against Pagham, and Pagham have also had a man sent off, it looks like. I know, a man injured, Banton, in the 10th minute. Alright, ball forward from White here. It's the first highlight of the second half, really. Tashan Richmond now with the ball. Played out left to Harry Honesty. There's men in the middle if he can pick one out. Finds it across to Ryan Adams. Takes a decent touch and puts that one into the far corner. 4th goal of the season for Ryan Adams. He's been pretty much just a bit part like squad player for most of the season, so for him to chip in with 4 goals is pretty impressive given his limited role. And this is great play again from Harry Honesty. Just squares it up there to Adams. Adams takes a decent touch around one man. Fires it into the far corner. I thought maybe he'd square it up for one of the 2 men at back stick, but it's a very, very good finish and helps our goal difference and gets us back to form tremendously well. Here we go. Throw in to be taken by George towards Pollock, who's had an exceptional game. Oh, it's a deep ball across. Harry Honesty gets the goal. I think it was George's ball, and I'm not sure if the keeper left it or Kelly, it looks like, missed his header away. It's a great finish, and like Harry Honesty, 3 assists I think so far in this game. Now he's gotten the goal as well. Great ball from Ryan George. Love to see him continue his development, and it's a good finish. Didn't have much angle to aim at. The keeper got a little bit on it, but those half volleys on Harry Honesty's right left peg, they're as good as goals at the moment. We've got a highlight again here. 88th minute starts with George, who plays it to Adams. To Charlie Morley at the top of the box. Gets his strike away. What a goal that is from Charlie Morley. His 16th of the season. Cannot wait to see this in 3 dimensions. I'm pretty sure he cuts in on his not favoured left foot and smacks this one into the far corner. Just a very simple worked routine here. Finds Ryan Adams. Played inside to Charlie Morley. Takes a touch around one man. And have a look at that for a strike for non-league football. Oh, Jesus. We're not even in the Premier Division yet. We're Evo Stick Division 1. And that's the sort of football that we're pulling out. A 6-1 victory against our probably main promotion rivals going into the match. Be interesting to see, one, how hard to pick themselves up from this, and if this can kick us on and we just go on a lovely little run of form to close out the league. 2 minutes to be added on now. We will see if there are any further highlights to be added on. But to be completely honest, there's been a ton in this game already. It's going to be an editing nightmare. Here we go. Evans with a free kick from distance to finish off the game. Played towards back stick. It comes out to Ryan Adams. To Singano. He's got a man over in Taché Richmond. Can he get the ball back in time? Singano back to Richmond again. Back to Singano. Just put it. Go to the corner flag, Taché. I don't really mind. Singano, start again. Go back. Does now to Pollock. To Adams. Out to Singano. I think he tried to head across a ball, but who cares? The referee's called full time. A 6-1 win in our first versus second game. That is a massive, massive result. Dressing room, straight in. I think we had a bunch of different shots there. I'm not too worried about it. Passionate. Very pleased with the result and your performance. Well done, boys. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm buzzing now. Initially, I went into it with pit sweats and all sorts of different stuff, but I'm absolutely buzzing. So, magic of editing, we're going to jump ahead to the game against Hartley Whitney now. So, just like that, we're a couple of days ahead. Charlie Morley, of course, man of the match in the last game. What a performance, 6-1. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm super thrilled with that. For those of you that aren't aware and haven't followed me for that long, go back and check out the last few episodes of my Football's Coming Home series with Bournemouth. I'm not always that good at this game. I bottled a league lead in that series. So sometimes it does go wrong for me, but this doesn't appear to be the season that's going to happen with hashtag. Matt Carter doesn't want to come. That's just your Carter Watch update. We are favourites going to this game against Hartley Whitney as well. And Harry Honesty is on track to become a new season record assist maker in Bostic Southeast Division 1. 15 is currently the record. He's got 12 assists so far. We've got roughly 13 games remaining. 15 games remaining. So yeah, I would back Harry Honesty to be setting a new mark for this season. Disaster has struck. Today's match against Hashtag United has been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch at Memorial Playing Fields. Been rearranged twice now for this Thursday, the 18th of February. So it's like another week and whatever away, which means I guess we're playing the game against Wingate and Finchley. Magic of editing again. We will jump ahead to that game now. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, Wingate and Finchley, second game of the episode. Alright, Wingate and Finchley side. Jose Mourinho, not that Jose Mourinho, his son, in goal. Adelakun and Jaffa as the fullbacks. Pepper and Good as their central defensive partnership. Robinson and their captain Flett will play as a midfield duo. Graham on the left wing, Beckles on the right, Rattle and Bowler up top. For us, it's an unchanged lineup. Why would you change after winning 6-1 in your most previous game? Cadwatt's in goal, Gleedon George as fullback, Stamp and Singano in central defence, Hersett and Pollock Lanka midfield, Shashura at the 10, Honesty on the left, Morley on the right, Richmond up top, Cooper, Akeem, Evans, Adams and Adji all on the bench. Fingers crossed we can actually get through this game this time and it's not called off due to weather or anything like that. God, good luck to anybody trying to keep up with the fixtures I'm saying I'm going to do in episodes because they just keep changing at the drop of a hat. Highlight here, George to take. Finds Charlie Morley. Deep ball across towards Harry Honesty. He gets it towards goal. Mourinho pushes it out and the defender does well to come out, close down the shot or the cross. Morley's going to take the corner now. Deep one across. Jaffa with a decent header away. It should come out to Shashura again. Morley just needs to stay on the left. Instead, he runs inside for no reason at all. And that's the end of the highlight. I thought we had an opportunity to get another ball in there, but didn't take. Richmond now with a free kick from a wide area to Singano front post. It hits the deck and Hersett with the follow-up strike. He may have been offside regardless, but he did put it pretty far wide. Here we go. Corner to be taken by Robertson. Straight to Rattle, and thankfully Cade Watts is in a good position and holds the ball very, very well. Is that the end of the highlight, or are we going to see some more here? Is there a counter-attack on? We've got a 4v3 if we can get it up there quick enough. It's a long ball forward. Jaffa to Flett now. One back well to Shashua, out to Pollock. It's a long ball forward. It's going to come back out towards Charlie Morley. Bursts forward into space, gets his strike away, but Mourinho does well. Gets down to his right and holds. Ball starts with George at right fullback from the throwing position. He's got the ball back from Shashua immediately. Bursts forward, plays Pollock inside. Good touch away, but loses the ball to Flett in midfield. Crossfield switch, finds Beckles on the right-hand side. Someone needs to step to him. Good crossfield switch again to Graham. So they are moving us from side to side here. Graham with the strike, and Cade Watts very much equal to it and pushes it around the far post. So we're getting Finchley out entirely out of this. Robinson to take a corner towards Rattle again. And thankfully, he has pushed Marcus Stamp and given away a free kick. So despite being 15th in the division, they are challenging us here. Like, they've had just as much of the stat line as we have. They've had just as many of the highlights as we have. But hopefully, we can kind of hang in here and I can make some decent subs or give some decent shouts from the sideline and push us through to that another level that we know we're capable of. So I'm going to use 30 minutes gone, demand more. We'll see if anyone responds positively to that. Got a highlight here. Stamp's going to take the throw, which I really wish he wasn't. But we've managed to retain possession. Hersett now turns back inside, back to Stamp, who's thought he was going to cough that up on halfway then. It's a ball over the top for Honesty. He's got men in the middle, cuts it back to Tashi in Richmond. 19th goal of the season for big captain Tash up front. And a great ball from Harry Honesty. What's that? That's his, 13th assist of the season. 2 more and he will outright own the record for most assists in a league season. Great cutback, great finish. Tashi in Richmond, that front post run, he makes it so well. And the winger on the other side makes the far post run. It means we've always got 2 options arriving into the box for those cutbacks and crosses. Got an immediate highlight for kickoff here. And they've gone all the way back to the goalkeeper. We can step up the press a little bit. And we do now. It's flicked on, but tidied up well by, I think, Singano. George heads it away, but only as far as Graham. Top of the box, strikes from distance. It wasn't on target, but it wasn't that far wide of the far post. So again, Wingate and Finchley, they've got a little bit something here, even though we've taken a goal to go ahead. We've got 3 yellow cards to be concerned about, and Shashua's picked up a knock. All right, we get through to half-time, a goal to the good. Let's go into the dressing room here. Let's say things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better, which I think is a pretty accurate reflection of the first half. I'm not going to make any half-time subs. I'm going to give it 15 more minutes, see where our yellow cards are at, see where Shashua's injury's at as well regarding his fitness. We don't want to exacerbate it any further by pushing him through. Highlight here, Cade Watts to take a goal kick. Long one forward. We've won the ball back well through Scott Pollock. Crossfield switch towards Harry Honesty. Can he square it up or find the finish? Instead, he strikes at goal. Mourinho with a good save first time out, but Honesty is there to tap home the rebound for his 15th goal of the season. A fantastic counter-attack here. It's entirely Scott Pollock winning the ball back high at the pitch, playing a great crossfield switch towards Harry Honesty, and just like that, it's 2v1 on the goalkeeper, and Honesty does those half volleys, man, on his left foot. They are easy money at this level of football. He's fantastic. Alright, so now we're going to make a couple of subs, or we're going to make all 3 subs. We're going to take off Morley, who had a yellow card, Shashua, who's got an injury, and Tashan Richmond, who's picked up a yellow as well. We're going to have faith in Ross Gleed and Harry Honesty to stay calm in the yellow cards at the moment. Evans will come in and anchor midfield. Adams will come in at the 10, and Adji will come in up top. We're going to give a team talk and assertively say, I have faith in you, get out there and make a difference. Really, any positive display from them, anything that contributes an assist or a goal would be absolutely fantastic. And I think what we're also going to do is, as we see Wingate and Finchley try and come out here and get something against us, is switch to our cautious mentality. Let's just stand off the ball a little bit more. Let's not pick up any silly secondary yellows or anything like that. And we'll see if we can close out the rest of this game. Corner now, taken by Adams. Deep one across towards Daniel Adji. He heads it back in. It's come back out to Evans, to Hersett now. He's got a man wide, finds him now in Ryan Adams. Can he get a decent ball in? Back to Stamp. Square ball to Adams. To Hersett. Adams is there available on the overlap though, if we can find him. Instead we've gone crossfield switch to Ricky Evans, who's in a weird position out on the right wing. Singano to George. Coughed up the ball to Rattle. It's a good recovery there from Singano. Wins the ball back well. Evans to Adams. Just play the short balls, lads. Played out wide to Scott Pollock. Cuts back to Daniel Adji. Great goal, boys. Absolutely fantastic goal. Everybody not rushing it, not forcing a ball before it was ready to be played, going back through the defensive line Evans finds Adams. Adams with a lovely weighted pass in behind here for Scott Pollock, playing in an unfamiliar right wing position for the last few minutes. And that cut back for Daniel Adji. That's shades of Charlie Morley and Big Tashan Richmond up top. Alright, we've flown through the rest of the half. 3 minutes to be added on here. It's been a pretty comprehensive performance and victory, to be completely honest. And in one episode, 9 goals and 1 conceded is pretty fantastic. Baker with a long ball forward. It's tidy up by Singano. I'm hoping this is just the referee blowing full time, and it is. What a display, and what 2 games it was from Harry Honesty there. Absolutely fantastic. An 8.8 match rating for him, and he will take man of the match claims for this one. 1 goal, 1 assist as well. Very happy with the result and the way you played, boys. Well done. Quality of possession provides victory. A very good 3-0 win there. Not going to complain about anything. We'll give Harry Honesty a little bit of praise for his recent form. He's been absolutely fantastic over the last few months. And it sees us get back to form. After not winning in our previous 4, in this episode, 2 wins takes us right back to where we belong with a points margin at the top of the table and still have a game in hand, which is fantastic to see. Our schedule is all over the shop. So where are we going to come back for the next game? I'm actually kind of thinking we blow off the games against Hartley, Whitney, Sittingbourne and Horsham. And maybe we come back a little bit further down and play the game against Whiteleaf, who are currently in 3rd, and Guernsey, who are currently in 4th. So it would see us jump ahead a little bit, and I think that's probably a good time for us to do it as well, given that there doesn't seem to be a tremendous amount going on with Sittingbourne. They're just continuing to slide down the division at the moment, down into 6th, and we don't play Hythe Town again this season, who are currently sitting in 2nd. So love to get that Whiteleaf game in there. Love to get our away trip to Guernsey and head down to the island in. That'll be fantastic. And then, of course, we'll probably wrap up the season with the last game of the season and a bit of a season review in episode 30 against Faversham Town. Me versus Jamie Jackson. I'll have to hit up Jacko on Twitter and see what his thoughts are. More than anything though, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate the continued support we continue to get. Chuck a comment below. I will respond to it, I absolutely promise. If there's any questions that you guys have had that you've been dying to ask me, please let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date on future videos, or you can follow @TheMixer_FM on Twitter to see when new videos are released. But as always, I've been Sean. I'll see you guys in the mixer, and don't forget to hashtag it.